Hi there, my name is Christian J and welcome to Chris's Quotes episode number 3. So today's episode is going to be about the quote about forgiveness. Now, I looked online and there's many quotes about forgiveness, but I did like the one that I found by a gentleman called Lewis B. Smedes, and it simply reads, "To forgive is to set a prisoner free and to realize that that prisoner is you." Now, when it comes to that one, you just think, what does it actually mean? Because prisoners are people that are in shackles, in chains. And I'm not in no shackles or chains, am I? At least not physically speaking. When it comes to forgiveness, what you are doing is you're holding yourself back when you don't forgive someone. You're putting a chain on your life, a burden. It's a weight that you carry around with you. It's not something that affects the other person, because a lot of the time, the other person's living their life. They don't care. They've done what they've done, unfortunately, to you, but they don't care. They're living their life free while you're sitting there at home, stewing in the dark, in the corner, getting annoyed at your loved ones, ignoring your friends, and you're not living your life to the full. Picture this. Just look around you where you are in the room and just look for something that's heavy, whether it's some free weights, whether it's a rucksack, handbag, and just hold it. I want you to just hold it out in front of you. And as you hold in that, just realize how heavy it's getting. So just walk around and just take this physical representation of what's mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally happening to you. And that's all through unforgiveness. By holding on to that unforgiveness, you're stopping your life, you're stopping your progression. You're holding on to that, and sooner or later, your arm's gonna ache. And once your arm's aching, you're feeling some pain. Now you got to think to yourself, is that unforgiveness worth you hurting yourself, you stopping yourself from doing what you need to do? No, it's not. Another thing to think about is while you're holding on to that, try and do some tasks that you usually would do throughout the day. So whether that's cleaning, whether that's cooking, whether that's just doing some recreational activity, whichever it may be, just try and do that while you're still holding that weight, that water, that bag. And you'll find that it's a lot harder because you're holding on to something else. And that's the representation of what unforgiveness can actually do. It can take away from the activities that you need to do. And then you just end up messing up. And then you just kind of get in a rut. And then you stew and it just rolls on and on and on from there. So when I think about the quote, I just want you to take away 2 crisp considerations. So the first one is forgive. Forgive. It's easy as that. It doesn't mean forget. It doesn't mean put yourself in the same situation again. It doesn't mean allow them to manipulate you. It means just forgive, to release yourself from those chains. And the second one is to just consider where you would be now. Once you're forgiven, if you didn't forgive someone and you allowed that to weigh you down and eat you from the inside out, where would you be now? How productive would you be? Would you have got stuff done if you had held it on? Or was you better off for letting it go? And compare that to the fact that you've let it go and where you feel that you've gone. And that can just help you to make a barometer of, yeah, I like that. I want to do that more often. Let me move on and let me carry on with my life. So that's the end of today's episode. So if you do like what you've heard, what you've seen today, just kind of follow, subscribe, like the video, share it with a friend, share it with family, and also follow me on my social media accounts. But as for that, Christian J talking about forgiveness. If you're doubting it, just remember, it's true. Layers.